Have you ever wondered if something as simple as your kitchen could be making you sick? If you're over 65, it's important to know that some everyday items you've trusted for years might actually be working against your health. Many seniors think they are doing everything right, eating carefully, keeping a clean home, taking their medications, but there are hidden dangers most people don't even realize are right in front of them. It's not your fault. No one told you decades ago that these normal kitchen items could turn harmful with time. But today, research clearly shows that certain materials we cook with, store food in, or clean our kitchens with, can release harmful chemicals. And unfortunately, as we age, our bodies are not as quick or strong in getting rid of these toxins. They stay inside, building up, and over time, they can trigger health problems like fatigue, memory loss, breathing issues, and even serious illnesses. Please stay with me until the end, because you might be surprised by how many of these hidden dangers are sitting right in your own kitchen. And once you know about them, you'll have the power to protect yourself and your loved ones. Now, before we jump in, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from? Comment below and share your city. I always enjoy hearing from you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips like these. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up next. Point 1. Non-stick cookware. Let's start with one of the biggest hidden dangers sitting in many kitchens today, old non-stick cookware. You might love how easy these pans make cooking and cleaning, but what you might not know is that many of these non-stick surfaces contain chemicals called PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. And believe me, they earned that name for a reason. Once these chemicals get into your body, they don't leave easily. They stay there, building up little by little, and over time, they can cause real damage. When you're younger, your body can usually handle a little exposure to toxins. But after 60, our bodies naturally slow down. That means the ability to flush out harmful chemicals becomes much weaker. And if you're using scratched, peeling, or even just old non-stick pans, you're likely adding a little dose of toxins to your meals every single day without even knowing it. These chemicals have been linked to serious health issues like thyroid problems, liver damage, weakened immune systems, and even higher risk of cancer. And studies show that seniors are especially at risk because their bodies can't filter these chemicals out the way they used to. Take a moment and think about your pans. How long have you had them? Are they scratched or chipped? Do you cook at high temperatures? If so, it's even worse because high heat speeds up the release of these harmful substances. It's not just a small problem, it's something that could be slowly harming your health every time you cook a meal for yourself or for your family. Now, the solution is simple, and it's something you can do right away. Start by checking all the non-stick pans in your kitchen. If they are scratched, peeling, or more than 3 years old, it's time to let them go. I know it can feel wasteful, especially if the pan still looks okay, but your health is worth so much more. Instead, replace them with safer options like cast iron, high-quality stainless steel, or true ceramic cookware. Cast iron, in fact, can actually be good for you. It adds a little bit of healthy iron into your food naturally. And when you're shopping, make sure to look for labels that clearly say PFAS-free or non-toxic. You don't need fancy or expensive brands. Even simple 100% stainless steel pans without any coating can be a great choice and last you for decades safely. Remember, it's not about throwing everything out at once if you can't. Start with the worst-looking pans, and replace them little by little. Every small step you take is a step toward protecting your health. Your future meals, and your body, will thank you. Point 2. Plastic food containers. Now let's talk about something that almost every kitchen has: plastic food storage containers. They seem so harmless, don't they? They're convenient, lightweight, and easy to stack in the fridge. But here's the truth: those plastic containers, especially the older ones, could be quietly harming your health every single day. Most plastic containers are made using chemicals like BPA and BPS. You may have heard about BPA before. It's a chemical that can mess with your hormones, your heart, your metabolism, and even your brain. And the worst part is, many plastics that say BPA-free still have BPS, which can be just as harmful. The real danger happens when you store hot food in them or heat them up in the microwave. That heat causes these chemicals to leak out of the plastic and into your food, and then straight into your body. And remember, after 65, our bodies don't handle toxins the same way they used to. Our natural detox systems slow down, meaning these chemicals stick around longer and cause more trouble. They can throw your hormones out of balance, affect your thyroid, make your heartbeat irregular, and even lead to weight gain and memory issues. It's heartbreaking because these are the very symptoms many seniors are already fighting, and plastic could be quietly making them worse without anyone realizing it. There was a woman named Peggy who found this out the hard way. She was 70 years old, living alone, and preparing all her meals ahead of time to save effort during the week. She stored everything neatly in plastic containers and microwaved her meals each day. Over time, she started noticing her health slipping, her heart was acting up, she felt tired all the time, and she gained weight she couldn't explain. After switching out her plastic containers for glass and stopping microwaving plastics altogether, she saw a huge improvement within just 1 month. So what can you do? It's easy. Start by gathering all your plastic containers. Look for ones that are old, cloudy, scratched, or cracked. Those are the worst offenders. Even if they still look good, if they're more than 2 years old, it's time to replace them. Switch to glass containers with glass or silicone lids. If you're on a tight budget, you don't even need to buy fancy ones. You can wash and reuse glass jars from pasta sauces, pickles, or jams. And whatever you do, never microwave food in plastic, even if it says, microwave safe. That label just means the plastic won't melt, it doesn't mean it's safe for your health. Point 3, aluminum cookware and foil. Now let's talk about something many of us have trusted for decades without even thinking twice: aluminum pots, pans, and foil. They've been kitchen staples for years, right? But today, we know much more about how aluminum can affect our health, and especially how it can affect our brains as we get older. This is something every senior needs to know. Aluminum doesn't just stay on the surface of your cookware. When you cook, especially with acidic foods like tomatoes or citrus, tiny bits of aluminum can actually transfer into your food. Over time, that aluminum builds up in your body, and it doesn't leave easily. Studies have found that high levels of aluminum in the brain are closely linked to memory problems, confusion, and even dementia. The older we get, the more vulnerable our brains become, and the harder it is for our bodies to clear out heavy metals like aluminum. There's a story about a man named Norman, a retired engineer who took pride in cooking his favorite meals from scratch. For over 40 years, he used the same aluminum pots, baking sheets, and wrapped his leftovers tightly in foil. He thought he was doing everything right. But when he started experiencing serious memory lapses and confusion, his family got worried. Tests revealed that his aluminum levels were shockingly high, and doctors believed his kitchen habits played a big part. After Norman switched to stainless steel and glass cookware, his memory issues stopped getting worse, and he started feeling more like himself again. You see, it's not just about cooking either. Storing food wrapped in foil can be just as harmful, especially if the food is acidic. Even baking on aluminum sheets can cause tiny bits to leach into your meals. The good news is that fixing this is very doable. First, check your kitchen. If you're still using aluminum pots, pans, baking sheets, or regularly wrapping foods in foil, it's time to make a change. Stainless steel cookware, cast iron skillets, or even glass baking dishes are much safer and last just as long, if not longer. And if you absolutely must use aluminum foil once in a while, like for a special event, put a layer of parchment paper between the foil and your food, especially with anything acidic. That way, the aluminum won't transfer as easily. Small changes like this can make a big difference over time. Point 4. Chemical cleaning products. Let's move on to something that might surprise you: the cleaning products under your kitchen sink. I know how important it is to keep a clean home, especially as we get older and want to protect ourselves from germs. But sadly, many of the common sprays, wipes, and cleaners we've used for years are loaded with harsh chemicals that can actually harm our lungs, especially after the age of 65. Here's the thing, when you spray those strong cleaners on your countertops, your stove, or your sinks, you're not just wiping away dirt. You're also releasing tiny chemical particles into the air, particles you end up breathing in. When we're younger, our lungs can usually handle a little irritation. But after 60, our lung tissues become more sensitive and more fragile. Breathing in these chemical fumes can cause real damage, leading to problems like chronic coughing, shortness of breath, and even long-term conditions like COPD. There's a real-life story that brings this to light. Shirley, a 73-year-old grandmother from Tennessee, was famous for how spotless her kitchen always was. Every day, she scrubbed and cleaned, often mixing different cleaners together to make them stronger. Over time, she developed a stubborn cough that just wouldn't go away. Eventually, she was diagnosed with early-stage COPD, and her doctor directly connected it to her years of breathing in harsh cleaning chemicals. It was heartbreaking because Shirley thought she was doing something good, but without realizing it, she was slowly hurting her lungs. The good news is you don't have to stop cleaning to stay safe. You just have to swap out the dangerous products for safer ones. Start today by opening the cabinet where you keep your cleaning supplies. Look for warning words like danger, poison, or corrosive on the labels. If you see them, it's time to say goodbye to those products. You can easily make your own safe, natural cleaner at home by mixing equal parts white vinegar and water, and adding a few drops of lemon essential oil for a fresh scent. This simple cleaner works beautifully on most surfaces without filling your kitchen with harmful fumes. And if you prefer store-bought options, there are great brands like 7th Generation, Method, and Mrs. Meyer's that make cleaners without the dangerous chemicals. The change isn't hard, and it can make a real difference in how you breathe and how you feel every day. Point 5. Antibacterial kitchen products. Finally, let's talk about something that sounds helpful but can actually be harmful: antibacterial cutting boards, soaps, and kitchen products. For years, we were all told that antibacterial meant better protection. That it would keep us safer from germs and illnesses. But now we know that for seniors, these products might actually do more harm than good. Here's why: many antibacterial kitchen items are made with chemicals like triclosan or triclocarbon. These chemicals are designed to kill bacteria, but they don't just kill the bad bacteria. They also harm the good bacteria that live in your gut and protect your immune system. After the age of 60, keeping a strong and balanced gut becomes even more important because our natural defenses start to slow down. When you wipe out the healthy bacteria, you make it easier for infections to take hold and harder for your body to fight back. There's a story that really shows the hidden danger. Theodore, a 67-year-old retiree from Florida, was very careful about cleanliness. He swapped out all his wooden cutting boards for antibacterial plastic ones and used antibacterial sprays and soaps everywhere. But despite his efforts, he started having major digestive problems and got sick much more often than before. After a lot of tests, doctors realized that his gut bacteria had been severely disrupted, and the main cause was his heavy use of antibacterial products. The very things he thought were keeping him safe were actually weakening his body's natural ability to stay healthy. The good news is, the solution is simple and easy to start today. Go through your kitchen and look for anything labeled antibacterial or antimicrobial, cutting boards, soaps, towels, sponges, and set them aside. Instead, choose wooden cutting boards made from maple, walnut, or other hardwoods. These woods naturally resist bacteria without needing harmful chemicals. When it comes to cleaning, hot water and regular dish soap are just as effective at removing germs without damaging your gut health. And for hand washing, switch to a plain soap that doesn't have antibacterial chemicals listed in the ingredients. Regular soap is all you need to clean your hands properly. Your body is already smart enough to defend itself, it just needs the right environment to do its job. Remember, your immune system has been your silent protector all these years. It deserves the best support now more than ever. By making these small, easy changes, you can strengthen your body's natural defenses and keep yourself healthier, stronger, and more resilient as you continue to enjoy your golden years. Now that you know about these hidden dangers, you have the power to make a real difference in your health and your life. I know it can feel overwhelming at first. After all, many of these habits and items have been part of our kitchens for years, even decades. But the truth is, your body has an amazing ability to heal, no matter your age. By removing these 5 harmful things from your kitchen, you're giving yourself a fresh start. You're giving your body a chance to get stronger, to clear away toxins, and to feel better than you have in years. If you found even one of these toxic items in your kitchen today, I'd love to hear about it. Please leave a comment below and let me know what change you're planning to make first. I read every comment and it truly makes me happy to hear about your progress. And don't forget, share this information with someone you love. It might just be the thing that helps them feel better too. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and always remember, it's never too late to choose health, happiness, and a better tomorrow.